Mayhem level 10, like shit's gonna get real.
Yeah. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back for another Borderlands 3 video. I know it's been a while since I posted a Borderlands video, but we just had the Borderlands show live stream today, and they've released a whole bunch more information. And one of the key particular things I'm excited for, we're about to go over. But I do want to show a pretty cool weapon that they showed. You get to see some new in-depth gameplay that we got to see, like Fran and everyone play in the background. But one of the weapons that popped up is called the Unlimited Fire Sale Anarchy, which is a TDR shotgun. And the stacks, the red writing, the red text I should say down there, thrown weapon sticks to surfaces and can be shot to increase damage. And every automatic reload or kill grants 30% damage to reduce accuracy. Stacks 10 times. So I like the direction. You know, they always have really cool weapons and different things they can add to it. I thought that was a really cool thing to add into the video to show you guys some of the legendary weapons that we will be seeing. Now, this is a level 35, so obviously you don't have to be a level 50 or higher to play this DLC. But what I do want to go over in this particular video is Mayhem Mode 2.0. This is everything I wanted, because Borderlands 3, I'm not gonna lie, the end game was starting to get particularly, stale for me. Like, I was just playing the same thing over and over again, and I hope they keep expanding on it and changing things up. Now, Anthony Nicholson, who is like head GEARBOX lead for DLC and everything, joined Fran and them on the Borderlands show, and he tells us more about Mayhem Mode 2.0. Now, there's 10 Mayhem levels. Now, no one was expecting 10 Mayhem levels, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us were expecting like maybe 2 on top of that, but we have 10 coming, and now you can load it strictly from the Echo. You don't have to go to Sanctuary or anything like that. You can pull up your Echo and load into any Mayhem mode that you want to. It'll show level 1 through 10, and it'll have different modifiers, and we'll have different Mayhem weapons as well in each different level we go to. Some will be the same, just at higher tiers. Now, with these different modifiers, like if you're playing on Mayhem mode level 1, each level that you increase, is going to be more modifiers, more ways to play. Like, they're going to have like the floor is lava, where you can, you can't stand still for too long, or you'll start to turn on fire. The floor is going to turn into lava, so to speak. Or you get a big head, you know what I'm saying, and you're running around. There's going to be different cool things that they're adding to the game, but also there's going to be modifiers like, elemental damage is going to do X amount of damage, or this and that. Kind of like if you ever played Destiny, where you had nightfall modifiers and different things like that. So what is really cool about this as well is when you get a Mayhem weapon, say in Mayhem Mode 2, and then you farm for that same gun in Mayhem Mode 4 and they're level 50, both of them, the Mayhem Mode 4 weapon will be better. So now there's an incentive to play these higher levels, because the higher level you go, not only is it going to be incredibly hard, because a lot of us know the takedown is already hard, so this is adding way more to that. Like, enemies are going to have an incredible amount of health and do a lot of damage, but also we're going to have modifiers that are going to play to or against us in advantages or disadvantages, right? So like I said, you can farm for that same gun in Mayhem Mode 4 and it's going to be better, so it keeps that end game alive, I should say. So in Mayhem Mode 4, or I should say Mayhem Mode 10, that's something that's going to be like incredibly difficult. Probably, I don't know how well people are going to solo it. We're going to be able to, just like the takedown, we're all going to be able to solo it once we get our gear up and everything else like that. But the DLC itself is looking cool, especially in the gameplay like we got to see. But I just wanted to bring this to you guys and tell you this is what we're looking forward to in the Mayhem modes, and I'm really excited about this because it's pushing boundaries. It's not just, here's Mayhem Mode 4, and if I got a Mayhem Mode 1 weapon, honestly, it could be just as good as a Mayhem Mode 4. Like, I've played the game for so long now. I put hundreds, if not close to 1,000 hours, I feel like, in and out, and I feel like some of the weapons I'm using in earlier Mayhem modes are just the same as Mayhem Mode 4. There's really not much difference. Now they're giving you incentive to play at these higher level difficulties. So I'm going to play a brief clip from the live stream where they're talking about Mayhem Mode 2.0, so you guys get a little bit of a gist of what they were going over. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you're excited about Mayhem Mode 2.0, what else would you guys like to see? I mean, I spoke to 2 devs and told them they need to have something like Diablo 3. We have adventure mode, we have seasonal events. You know, it gives you a drive. If you just have it like Borderlands 2 when that game came out, and we had with the DLCs and everything came along with it, and you farm that game, yeah, it's definitely okay for that time. But now we're in 2020 where games are at a whole new level. There has to be, you know, each player, I think, expects a certain level of gaming from games in 2020, or a certain level. Like if you want this game to extend that 10-year period like they say, you got to add more unique things, more game modes, end game to go. Because I've talked to all of my friends, I want to say at least 99% of them don't even play Borderlands 3 anymore, and it's kind of discouraging because they just say it gets stale. They did everything, they got a lot of loot. A lot of people don't want to farm for exploits. That's not them. They want to farm for a reason to play the game. People have jobs, families, go to school. Give them a reason to jump back into the game and play. It's not an online multiplayer game where things are constantly really changing. It's the same thing over and over again. So if you add like this, like mayhem levels, and it gets harder, be like, man, this is a challenge. I want to beat this. Give me that challenge. And who knows, it could be the same thing in the end, but we will find out. I'm extremely excited about this. I hope you guys are too. Like I said, let me know down in the comments, and I'm gonna have some more videos and updates from the Borderlands show that they added out, but I wanted to get this out as fast as possible because it's my most excited thing, because it has to do with Endgame, to be honest. So you guys can follow me on Twitter at HamboneGaming, and that is all I got for you in this video, you guys. So I will catch you on the next one. Later.
Take it to another level, right?
Sure.
So some of the things that people can expect, Mayhem 2.0, now it's kind of its own page in the Echo, so you'll be able to, yeah, you'll be able to actually go and look at it. Yeah. You don't have to go to Sanctuary anymore to go and.
So I can actually set it from the Echo. I don't have
to.
Oh,
that's right.
Great.
So what it does now is it loads the map. It will reload the map once you roll whatever the modifiers are that pop up. But inside those in that page, it'll show you from levels Mayhem 1 through 10. It'll show you the types of modifiers that are on there, and we kind of nudge people in a way to show like, here's an easier modifier up to a very hard modifier. The big thing is we didn't want people to have to keep traveling back and forth to Sanctuary to gauge which ones you want. And I think the big thing is, you know, now there's 10 levels of Mayhem. Along with that, there's different Mayhem weapons that will drop. So if you have a level 50 gun and you got it in Mayhem 2, if you farm that exact same gun in Mayhem level 4, and it's still level 50, the Mayhem level 4 one is better. So,
that's great. Okay.
So that'll kind of extend your in-game and the different things that you can do there. So we're trying to make it to where people can play a lot more. You have a lot more different things that you can do whenever you're farming the guns and continue to enjoy it.
I saw this in the notes, and that was my first question. I was like, okay, we are getting new levels. There's Mayhem 2.0, and there's 10 levels of Mayhem with different modifiers. But then within it, it was like there are, at the Mayhem level you're at, let's say you're Mayhem level 3, you can get a gun that drops within Mayhem level 3 that is a Mayhem level 3 gun, right?
Correct.
And you're telling me that if I have that and I really like the roll and everything, well, I also might want to get that as a Mayhem 10.
Yes.
And okay. So that's a lot of different versions of loot, but that's pretty cool.
Well, that's the thing about the Mayhem Mode 2.0 is there's a lot of different versions of everything.
Yes.
Right? I was reading ahead, you have 25, you have more than 25 modifiers.
That's right. There's a lot of modifiers. I know Randy at the PAX panel talked about floor is lava. So like,
yes, he did.
Basically, if you stand still for too long, then then like little volcano erupt
keeps you
lava
moving.
thing. Yeah, basically. And then there's other different modifiers like that. Yeah,
big head mode.
There's like 25, 26.
Finish them is my favorite. Kill enemies with low health with a melee to spawn health shields.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool risk versus reward thing. You know, it's first of all it's just fun, but secondly being able to like go and be like, all right, I am going to get in close to try to grab some health from them. Is cool.
And we're going back to the classic days of gaming, like you said, big head mode.
Sure.
Who play GoldenEye? Like, it's going to be so cool to see people running around with these giant NBA Jam with these easy targets for them to just get pop shot. Like, it's going to be great.
And then as we go up in the Mayhem modes from 1 to 10, we get to add more modifiers, correct?
Yeah. So there's different. Like I was saying, it'll show how many different, like the versions and the difficulties of them. So I'm not sure what the exact mix is, but we try to stair step the player through. So there's more modifiers in level 10. There's also, there will be more difficult ones whenever you're comparing that to Mayhem level 1.
Yeah, the one what we have here in bullet point form is Mayhem 1, 1 easy modifier. Makes sense. Mayhem 6, 3 modifiers, 1 easy, 1 medium, 1 hard.
Right.
Mayhem 8, 2 modifiers, 1 easy, 1 very hard. Mayhem 10, 4 modifiers, 1 of each, easy, very hard.
Yeah. They're trying to get a good mix, so it's all different. So there's a reason for you to play each one outside of farming those specific pieces.
You're trying to balance out the difficulty, right?
Right.
Like, and there's a fun factor because some of them are goofy. And I had a question about that really fast. So there's 25, plus modifiers. Something like Big Head mode's pretty goofy. How many of them, would you say? I mean, I don't know if you have your eyes on all the final ones at this point, but like, are a lot of them as goofy as Big Head, or is that an exception?
There's quite a few of them, but we're still working out which ones we want to keep and which ones we want to work a little bit more on. Like, I mean, this is Mayhem 2.0, right? I wouldn't say it's out of the...
There's more Mayhem to be had in the future.
Of course there is.
Exclusive.
I wouldn't say that it's completely out of the realm of possibility that we add more modifiers in the future. So.
Sure.
Not anymore.
For somebody who hasn't been along for the ride the entire time on this show, getting to talk to and listen to you guys talk to us about Mayhem mode in Borderlands 3, why 2.0? Because this is such a departure from 1. Is it just that from what you put out with the original 1 was the learning experience? What do people like? What do they don't like? How do we react to that?
Yeah, I think the main thing and what I said before, and I think that we keep repeating is we're really heavily community based.
Yeah.
Like everything that you guys are saying and all the feedback that we get every time we drop a patch or hot fixes or something like that, we listen to that. Graham, who's the creative director of that live team who you guys had on last time, he and his team really pay attention to that stuff, and they really want to take those things and say, okay, what will make people more excited? What will make them care more? What can we give them of the things that they've been asking for? And I think Mayhem 2.0 kind of encompasses that as a next step. So it's really not okay, what did you add to Mayhem? It's more like, how did you change? And now here's a new version of it.
Sure.
That's why we call it 2.0.
There is something that just crossed my mind. So Mayhem, as you went up in Mayhem levels, there was always a percentage increase in health, a percentage increase in damage. So mobs did get increasingly more and more difficult on top of the percentages of like, all right, 70% elemental effect damage.
Correct.
For both sides of the aisle. So my question is this. Now we're looking at 10 levels of Mayhem, which I thought there was going to be 1 or 2. That's a lot of Mayhem to throw on the pile. And at Mayhem 4, we were looking down the barrel of what, 1,000% increase in health, 850% increase in a couple other things. Are those static increases going to stay, or is that also going to be changed with this new Mayhem system?
So we've balanced it out a little bit more, but Mayhem level 10, shit's gonna get real.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who want that challenge, who want more to do, more to gain. But, if you want all of these, yes, if you want all of the spoils of it, then you got to go through the gauntlet.
Okay, so...
No, thank you, good sir. I will never even smell Mayhem 10. I want Big Head mode on Mayhem 1, just having a great time.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought you were going to say for a second, I was like, well, 10's like similar to 4, but no, you're just like, shit's going to get real.
All right, so, Anthony...